I used to have a terrible, crippling fear of public speaking. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, this is a fear that can be overcome with the right thoughts and the right actions. Now, the starting point of overcoming any fear is to understand fundamentally how fear works. If you back away from the fear, then it grows larger. It becomes more magnified inside of your head, and you become way more terrified of doing the thing. And conversely, if you move towards the fear, if you do the thing that scares you, if you get closer to it, if you make it a habit to run towards things that you typically would back away from, the fear, it actually grows a lot smaller inside of your head, and you start to realize, there's not that much to be afraid of here. So fundamentally, what you need to do to overcome a fear of public speaking is just take action. Immerse yourself in it. Just keep attacking, just keep hammering, keep giving speeches, keep volunteering, keep getting reps, and just throw yourself at the thing, and eventually, with more exposure, your comfort zone is going to expand, and you're going to become more comfortable doing the thing, and the fear, it eventually is going to start shrinking. And, this is a practice of exposure that really applies to fear in any area of life as well. If you're terrified of approaching hot women in public, if you just make it a habit to consistently do it, the fear will eventually shrink, and it's the exact same way with public speaking and really anything else in life. It's also very important to understand what actually drives the fear and anxiety inside of your head. Number one, fundamentally, we tend to think that feeling these fears and anxieties about giving a speech, we tend to think that it reveals some sort of inferiority on our part. We think that there's something wrong or shameful about feeling nervous and uncomfortable about a speech, and we compare ourselves unfavorably against other people. And we think, these people, they look so confident when they give their speech, and we look at ourselves and we say, what's wrong with us for feeling this way? And we think that there's just something fundamentally wrong with us and the way that our mind works. And really what you need to understand is that these feelings and this physiological reaction that you have to public speaking, of feeling nervous, of having the adrenaline coursing through you, it's a totally fucking normal response. Like, everybody in some situations has the exact same response. They have the adrenaline. Sometimes their voice is shaking a little bit. Sometimes they're freaked the fuck out. They're terrified. This is totally fucking normal, and there's nothing wrong about having this natural physiological response. Even very famous fucking people. Go read some of the stories about famous comedians, musicians, boxers, UFC fighters, terrified, pissing in their fucking pants scared before the events. Some of them throwing up in buckets before going up on stage. I mean, these are the people that we look at and we see them and we're like, oh, these people, they're the epitome of confidence and just crushing it in life. And dude, even some of these people have the same fucking fear and the same physiological response. So really what you need to understand is this adrenaline, feeling this way before a fucking speech, it doesn't mean that there's something fundamentally wrong with you. It's perfectly healthy, so don't beat yourself up for it. Number two, another thing that drives this fear of public speaking is worrying that other people are going to judge us harshly for feeling uncomfortable. We imagine the people in the audience sitting there with their arms folded, like, I knew it. I knew you weren't great. I knew you weren't perfect. I knew you were a flawed person who would feel uncomfortable giving the speech. And we just imagine this ocean of harsh critics out there, just looking and analyzing our every gesture and facial expression and analyzing the sound of our voice to hear if there's any shaking from adrenaline. And we just imagine these awful, harsh critics out there that are just waiting for us to slip up. And we just picture them just thinking that we fucking suck, that we're the worst. They're going to laugh about us later. Did you see how fucking nervous he was during his speech? What a pussy. That guy's a bitch. That guy's a fucking coward for feeling that way. Dude, in reality, what you need to understand is that the audience members of whatever fucking speech you're giving, these are people who are supportive, they're positive, they want you to do well. It's not just this ocean of harsh critics that are just waiting to pounce on your flaws and attack you and laugh at you for feeling a totally fucking normal response to giving a public speech. People are supportive, they want you to do well. So eliminate this idea that everybody out there is just watching you and waiting you to fail and slip up and judging you harshly. Dude, in reality, half of the fucking people sitting there are pissing in their pants scared about the speech they're gonna go up and give. You think they're sitting there thinking about you feeling nervous? They're sitting there thinking about themselves feeling nervous and thinking, what are you going to think about them when they're up there giving the speech feeling nervous? You understand? So it's like, just eliminate this idea that people are there judging you and attacking you and thinking negatively about you, because it's totally not the fucking case. And even if they are, it's like, who gives a flying fuck, dude? I still showed up. I'm still here taking action. What the fuck are you doing? You're sitting on the sidelines. You're sitting in the audience judging me, sitting on the sidelines of life when I'm up here boldly taking action. Dude, you got nothing to be ashamed of. These people on the sidelines judging you, looking for your every flaw, dude, fuck those people. If there is somebody in the crowd who has that mindset, they can suck my fucking dick. That should be your mindset. Some additional tips that help to overcome this fear of public speaking is stop trying to resist and totally eliminate these natural feelings that you're having. I think a lot of the anxiety that we have about public speaking comes from viewing these totally normal fucking feelings that we're having as they're totally unacceptable. They're signs of our weakness. They're signs that we're some sort of a coward. Dude, just accept the fact that you're feeling physiologically a little bit nervous. You're feeling some adrenaline, and just give into it. And just accept it and just be like, yeah, I am kind of scared. I am a little bit nervous. I am full of adrenaline right now. And I'm still going to show the fuck up. I'm still going to get the fuck up there and kick some fucking ass. Dude, I take pride in that. You understand? Like, the fact that I'm feeling scared and terrified to go and do something, and I still get the fuck out there and take the action, I get so much fucking pride from that. It's like I almost want to feel these so-called negative emotions just because of the confidence boost I get from having the fucking balls to go out there and do the thing anyway. Dude, if you just went out and everything you did, you were just totally confident, you were in this fucking pristine mindset of just like total, complete calmness and relaxation, dude, that's a boring fucking life. I want the fear. I want the anxiety. I want the adrenaline. I feel pumped the fuck up. I'm proud of the fact that I go out there and take action. Dude, take pride in the fact that despite feeling this fear, you get the fuck out there and take the action anyway. And that's a fantastic way to just reframe the way that you're thinking and turn it into a plus instead of a minus. Even better is to reframe these so-called negative feelings and just completely convert it from a negative experience, a negative thought pattern, to totally, completely fucking positive. And just enjoy the way that you're feeling. Typically, what do people say? What do they think when they're afraid of public speaking? I'm scared, I'm uncomfortable, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I don't like the way that I'm feeling right now. Dude, switch that around. I'm excited. I'm pumped the fuck up. I'm full of energy. I'm excited about how much ass I'm going to kick when I get the fuck up there and give this fucking speech. Dude, you can transform that adrenaline energy that typically you associate with like being nervous and feeling bad. You can flip it around and turn it into power and confidence. Because, you know, that adrenaline, dude, you can learn to enjoy it. You can learn to feel that way and be like, fuck yeah, dude. I feel great. I feel alive. It totally comes down to the way that you think about it and frame it inside of your head. So reject this negative interpretation of like, this is a bad thing that's undesirable. Flip it around and be like, fuck yeah, dude, I love this feeling. I'm juiced the fuck up. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling alive. I'm excited. Like, what's the alternative to feeling these feelings? If you really think about it, like, you would just be living a small, boring life, devoid of any excitement, devoid of challenges. You would just be like sitting quietly alone in a fucking room. Fuck that, dude. You should want to feel this way. You should want to feel full of adrenaline, full of excitement, juiced up, getting the fuck out there. You should say to yourself, you know, I feel the adrenaline right now. Good. It means I'm taking bold action in the world. It means I'm getting the fuck out there, going after my goals. Think about these feelings positively instead of negatively, and there's nothing to run away from, you know? It's like you run towards the experience and the feelings that typically would make you feel uncomfortable and that you would want to back away from. So you really just completely flip it around. And it's like, there's nothing to be fucking afraid of here. Something else that really helps with public speaking in particular is to give yourself passionate, out loud pep talks before the speech where you just get fired the fuck up. It might sound ridiculous, but if you're just in your car on the drive over, this is something I still do to this fucking day. Job interviews, first dates, public speeches, anything that traditionally would make me nervous and uncomfortable. If you just get yourself pumped the fuck up on the drive over, dude, you can convert that adrenaline energy into power and confidence. And I promise you, there is no better way to change your state in the fucking moment from feeling scared, terrified, nervous, uncomfortable. You just completely switch it around to where you're feeling pumped the fuck up, excited, confident, ready to kick ass. Literally just out loud, just pump yourself the fuck up. Talk about, I'm going to show up. I'm going to give this fucking speech. I'm going to kick so much ass. They're going to be giving me a standing ovation. I'm going to blow their minds, because this speech is going to be so fucking good. There's probably going to be several people in the audience that shit their fucking pants because they can't handle how fucking good this speech is. It's going to be out fucking rageous how much ass I kick. If you just talk to yourself like this on the drive over, really animated, just ridiculous statements about like just over the top exaggerations of how fucking awesome you are. I promise you there's no better way to change your state. And you show up to the fucking event, you're feeling so fucking energized, you're feeling so confident, you're so in the fucking zone that it's like, I was nervous about this shit. Dude, you're just gonna show up ready to fucking dominate. I'm telling you, this works like a charm. You gotta do it out loud. It's gotta be full of energy. You gotta be just totally fucking passionate. Just rant and rave for several minutes. It'll change your state You'll go from fucking nervous and uncomfortable to feeling on top of the fucking world. I promise you, before your next fucking speech, job interview, first date, whatever it is, try this, and you're going to be like, holy fuck, dude, I feel so good after doing this. And you're going to show up and you're going to kick some fucking ass. I promise you, this works like a charm. Something else that you need to do if you have a fear of public speaking is stop engaging in negative visualization about the speech you're going to give. Typically, people who have anxiety, whether it's social anxiety or a public speaking anxiety, dude, what they're doing in their head is they're just replaying these awful scenarios of, they're just visualizing themselves showing up there and feeling uncomfortable and trembling with the fucking paper in their hand, and they just have this fantasy. It's like they tell themselves this story about how they're gonna fucking suck and do a terrible job, and they just replay it over and over in their head, and then inevitably they show up to the event, and what happens? Dude, it turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy. You've been telling yourself for the last fucking week that you're going to show up feeling uncomfortable, that you're going to suck ass, that your voice is going to be shaking, that you're going to do a terrible fucking job, and you just program yourself with the story of failure. Dude, flip that around. Visualize yourself fucking dominating, kicking ass, feeling confident, up there just boldly giving a fucking speech, speaking with passion and force and conviction and energy. If that's what you visualize, if that's what you program yourself with, you're much more likely to show up to the event and turn that self-fulfilling prophecy into a reality. So get rid of these negative stories. Stop fantasizing about negative shit. If you catch yourself doing that, stop yourself and say, fuck that, dude. I'm going to show up there and kick some ass at this speech. I'm going to blow some fucking minds. People are going to be like, wow, that's how you give a fucking speech. Dude, that's the story you need to program yourself with. So get rid of this negative shit. No more of that. It also really helps to just speak about subjects that you're passionate about. I mean, wow, is that just a fucking brilliant concept with public speaking? Like, if you're giving a speech about something that bores you to fucking tears and you have no energy and interest in the subject, dude, of course, it's, you're not going to go up there and be the most dynamic fucking speaker. Even if it's like a topic where you're not necessarily like 1,000% fucking interested, dude, find a way to like frame your talk in such a way where you can find reasons to be enthusiastic about it, And then that totally flips it around from like, oh, darn, I have to go up there and give this speech. Try to fucking stop me from giving this speech, dude. I fucking love this subject. I love this topic. I'm going to show up and kick some fucking ass, dude. They're not going to be able to shut me the fuck up because I'm just going to rant and rave with so much passion and energy about this topic. They're going to be like, all right already, we fucking get it. Dude, find a way to infuse that sort of passion and energy into your fucking speech, and it totally flips it around to where you're just full of energy and you're ready to get the fuck up there and you can't wait to just fucking blab and just rant about the subject. Tony Robbins, he gave one of the best pieces of advice you'll ever hear about public speaking. He said, how to be a more effective public speaker, don't speak about shit you're not passionate about. I mean, wow, is that just fucking brilliant? Something else that's very helpful with public speaking is charge forward whenever you make a mistake. Expecting perfection of yourself, expecting that it's going to be word fucking perfect. Like, it's one thing if you're doing a video recording or something like that, where you can do multiple takes and you can get the delivery right. If you're doing a live fucking public speech, you got to understand, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to flub some fucking words. Maybe you'll do some fucking awkward gestures or whatever the fuck, or you'll stumble over your words a little bit. Dude, you just need to fucking charge forward through that shit like a runaway fucking freight train. And if you just end your sentences with force and power and conviction, even if you fucking stumble over your words like a stupid fuck, instead of stopping and pissing in your pants and being paralyzed by the fact that you made some minor mistake during a live public speech, power through that shit. End whatever sentence it is with just force and conviction. And dude, people aren't even going to notice the fucking mistake. They're going to be like, damn, that's a powerful fucking speaker. Even if you do some fucking awkward shit. So just charge forward and just commit to being unfucking stoppable in your speech. And people just aren't going to fucking worry about that negative shit and those little minor mistakes that you make. You also need to switch the way you think about it in your mind to just view it as a growth and learning opportunity to get up there and give your speeches over and over again. After every speech you do, just look for ways to do better next time. How can I improve? Maybe your body language, you could be more animated. Maybe your fucking vocal variation, maybe you need to level that up instead of being, flat and boring and unenthusiastic like a fucking robot. Just look at your public speeches and just find ways to improve, and it really switches it to like a process of continual improvement to where you don't expect instant fucking perfection. I need to go up there and give, like Les Brown would fucking stand up and applaud because it's such a good speech. Dude, just show the fuck up, do your best every single time, and just commit to trying to do better every single time. And it really switches it from this mindset of like, I need to show up and be fucking perfect. And you're like, you know what, dude, I'm just going to show up and do my best. And I'm just going to do better next time. If that's your mindset, it takes a lot of the pressure off, and you're not demanding that you're like the world's greatest fucking speaker from day one. So that is something that helps as well. It's also helpful to just prepare your notes and just practice a little bit beforehand, because it just like, puts down these grooves and channels in your mind to where it's just like, oh, been here before. And so when you're up there, full of adrenaline, going over it, it's not like a totally fucking new experience where you're like, wait, what the fuck am I talking about? You're prepared, you've gone over the points, you've looked over the notes, you've talked it out a little bit, and it makes it way easier to get up there, even when you're feeling uncomfortable, and just deliver the points anyway. So that's something that helps as well. Fundamentally, what you need to do is just develop the habit of feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Take the action regardless. Adrenaline's pumping, my voice is shaking. Who gives a flying fuck? I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna take action, no matter how I'm feeling. I could piss my fucking pants up there, I'm gonna show up the next time, the time after that, and I'm just gonna keep showing up and keep taking action, because that's what the fuck I've decided that I want to do. If that's your mindset, if you decide to be totally fucking unstoppable, then really there's nothing that can stop you, aside from the self-limiting beliefs you have about how this fear paralyzes you. Oh, it's so terrible to feel these feelings. Fuck that. Show up, kick some ass, feel excited, take bold action, and, take pride in the fact that you have the balls to push yourself to get up there and give the speech despite the fact that you're feeling uncomfortable. Fundamentally, you need to just practice, expose yourself to the fear, put yourself in these situations, volunteer, raise your fucking hand. I'd like to say something. Just get reps and reps and reps. Join a fucking Toastmasters meeting. Dude, better yet, find like 4 Toastmasters groups nearby. Just immerse yourself in this shit. Get up there, give the speech, do it afraid, and I promise you what will happen is that your comfort zone is going to grow, it's going to expand, and fundamentally you're just going to start to enjoy giving the speeches, feeling that adrenaline response, and you're going to be like, man, I can't believe I used to be fucking scared of this shit. And then maybe one day, like my sorry ass, you'll be up here making videos about how to overcome the fear that used to hold you back. Hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments section what helps you to overcome and confront your fear of public speaking. Hit that fucking like button, subscribe, and check back for more videos.